You already know what time it is. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got almost 700 subscribers. That's what's up. Salute, and I appreciate all y'all. If you haven't heard, if you have heard already, DMX, that's right, Earl Simmons, Darkman X, has passed away at the age of 50. DMX last week, he had an overdose, and it happened last Friday. It was exactly almost a week ago till last Friday night. And, you know, his body just couldn't take it no more. He was on life support all this week. You know, he had suffered a lot, you know, not only during the last week, but in his life, you know, DMX has suffered a lot. And it was just a situation where, you know, DMX just had no more brain function. According to TMZ, you know, like I said, he had no more brain function after he was deprived of oxygen for nearly 30 minutes following his overdose last week. And by Thursday, his organs began failing while he remained on life support in a New York hospital. This is just sad news. I wasn't looking forward to making this video, even though I kind of knew throughout the week that I was going to have to make a video like this. I was still hoping and really pulling for X, just like all of us was. You know, we thought that he would make some kind of miraculous, you know, comeback. You know, God was going to be with him regardless of whether he made it or not. But we just really thought that a miracle was going to happen in this particular case right here. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Many people were at his side, you know, throughout the week. His family were in and out, visited him, his kids. They even, you know, if you didn't hear, they had a vigil outside of the hospital where, you know, the vigil basically turned into a moment of celebration. I mean, it turned into a block party. You know, they started playing X's music. The Rough Riders was there. Everybody was there on their bikes, and it just turned into a big celebration for X, you know, even though he was in the hospital and he was, you know, holding on, clinging to his life. The family did release a statement through a representative, and the family says that we are deeply saddened to announce today that our loved one, DMX, birth name Earl Simmons, passed away at 50 years old at White Plains Hospital. That's in New York. With his family by his side, after being placed on life support for the past few days, Earl was a warrior who fought till the very end. And I think, you know, honestly, that's one thing that I'm going to remember DMX by, just like all of us will. You know, Earl, I mean, you know, DMX, he was a fighter. I mean, you know, DMX was that dude that you knew was going to be always fighting, you know, in every situation that he was in. And he fought addiction for about 25 plus years. So this was something that he had been battling and he had been dealing with for years. And just over the last maybe year or two, he had really became sober. And so we thought, you know, that he became sober and he was really, you know, showing a different side of him. He did the verses, you know, a couple months ago with Snoop Dogg, and it was a festival. It was a festival kind of vibe there. You know, they was partying, they was, you know, laughing it up, and, you know, DMX was starting to, you know, show us a different side of him besides the angry, you know, frantic side that we have grown accustomed to seeing over the past 20 plus years. So, you know, I thought DMX was, you know, clean and sober, and he was really on a path and on a different direction. But like I've said plenty of times before, we all have our vices. We all have our struggles and temptations. Or, you know, it followed DMX throughout his whole life, just like, you know, our temptations follow us throughout our whole lives. It's an everyday struggle, y'all. You just can't immediately get over things like that. It just doesn't happen like that. You know, you could point the fingers. You know, I've been listening to a lot of commentary, a lot of chatter, a lot of pillow talk. A lot of people, you know, take shots at DMX over the last week. You know, I'm not trying to get into the negativity whatsoever, but, you know, you had I think it was the New York Post, you know, they posted a negative article on DMX about all of his houses and properties that have been foreclosed or went into bankruptcy over the last 20 years. Like, we really, you know, who gives a hell about that? Like, we really care about that. You know, then you had a lot of people, you know, online, social media, YouTubers, you know, take shots at DMX, says, well, it was this person's responsibility and this person's responsibility to make sure he was good and to keep him in check. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, X was a grown man that made his own decisions, just like we are grown people that make our own decisions. There's only so much strength and so much advice we can get from other people. At the end of the day, we're going to do our own thing, whether that's for the betterment of for us or whether that's something that's going to take us 15 steps back. And this was a decision to where I don't think X wanted, obviously nobody wants their life to end, but this was a situation where, he just got caught up in his past demons like we all do. Rest to his spirit, because he's resting right now. He's at peace. And, he's, no more pain. He's in no more pain. And just prayers goes out to his family, and best wishes goes out to his family, his friends, because, they're hurting right now. And I'm just going to leave it at that and say, much love, rest in peace to DMX. I got a chance to see him perform, years ago on the Hard Knock Life tour back, I think it was 99. And he gave an outstanding performance, totally stole the show from Jay-Z. So, I have nothing but fond memories of good things to say about DMX. And plus he left us a catalog of music, y'all, that's just strictly, it's up there. It's untouchable. So much love to DMX, his family. And let's just continue to send out good vibes to everybody and to his family and friends. It's AP. I'll check y'all soon. Peace.